Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Make sure you go on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music, type in PoPolitickin. Listen to my interviews since 2008. 1212 and place to be with BaShir Hogue. How you doing?
Hey man, how you going? How's it doing? I'm sorry. How's it going? I'm sorry. Yeah.
I would say, what's your is that your real name?
Yeah, BaShir Hogue. Yeah, that's my real name.
That's a Bible, something about the Bible, right? I ain't in the Bible like that, but I know the name in the Bible.
No, I've never seen it in the Bible yet. If I did, I'll kind of be happy, but no, not yet.
It's somebody in the Bible. What's somebody's name in the Bible?
But that's Bathsheba.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that was David. That was David's rib. You know,
we all go to church.
Yeah, she belonged to somebody, and then he took her.
Speaking of, I was reading. You from Philly, and you started when you was 10 years old in music.
Yep, started 10 years old.
Started
singing. Yeah, started singing in church. Yeah, my mom put me up on a choir, and some of my first solo, and it was a wrap from there. They was like, all right, let's put them in classes. Let's put them in plays and different things like that. My mom was like, okay, yeah, you got a gift, so let's use it to its max. So yeah, started from there.
What do you love about music?
The life of it, how you can actually write through it, like meaning like you going through something, you write it, and when it's sung, you know what the person's going through. I like the passion of it. I like certain notes that I hit when I'm singing it. Music is everything. In reference to how we see things and how we wake up, and it controls our moods. I like music a lot. Yeah.
So who are some of your influences?
Some of my influences would be Daryl Coley, who's gone. Prince, he would be inspiration. Older people like that may have gone, and that would be like Sarah Vaughan and Frank Sinatra, people like that, because they knew what control was, and they knew how to sing music, like real music. Marvin Gaye, Sam Cooke, all those people basically. Yeah.
So how do you say they know how to sing music? So how do you sing music?
Well, I would say lyrics. Lyrics makes a difference in music. Not today, but it's all about just the music. But it's more so lyrics. They were lyricists, where they, made sure you knew what they were talking about, not just felt the actual melody or the harmony of the actual music. They knew what they were talking about in reference to lyrics. Lyrics plays a big part in music.
And how would you describe your music?
My music would be very lyrically, because I'm a person where I want you to know what I'm talking about. I want you to know what I'm singing about. I want you to know what's going on around you. I want you to know there's an awareness that you need to know. Yeah. So yeah.
It's cool. So describe your creative process when you're making music.
My creative process, walking on maybe a block or something like that, or just walking down the street, and I just start singing more. So, and certain things come to me. Sometimes the hook comes to me first when I'm actually doing something. So yeah, basically that's where it comes from. My creative stuff comes from music, or I have to be doing something actively, but I have to be by myself. I could be washing the dishes. I wrote my new single, Washing Dishes. So, and people was like, you didn't write it like thinking about a, chicken out? Nah, I wrote my new single while washing dishes. So it's different things that I do, but that's where my creative process comes from. And I have to be in this type of room where it's very quiet and dark. That's me. So.
Like how dark? Like pitch black dark?
No, I have to see. That's crazy. Who? I don't know who in pitch black dark.
Oh no, I just had to make sure. I would say. So what do you say?
Oh no, that's crazy. I can't really hear you. Say it again.
I would say, what is your, as far as like, what would you say your story is to the people? What is your story as an artist?
My story as an artist would be triumph over tragedy, because I had a lot of tragedy in my life. So, and with that, I don't think life is short. So when I look at certain things, and if you can get over death after death after death in your family, yeah, I would say that's big. And you don't have to live in it. Yeah, because people attach injury to heart. And when you do that, most of the times people are mean. So, and they're mean only because they attach an injury to heart. So, yeah.
So how do you get over it? Like you said, death after death, how did you get through it?
Family. I have people, that's the best thing. The doctors would tell you that when a person wants to get through something that's difficult in the hospital, they ask you to come, they actually ask the family to come around, because family is psychologically, if you have people around you to support you, it's a better chance you can actually survive. Yeah. So family.
And then you was talking about your current projects, what you working on right now.
I have a single out that's doing very, very well, surprisingly. And I'm saying surprisingly because I'm not usually singing R&B, but surprisingly, it's doing very well. Sales are going really well. People are gravitating. It's called "Love You Back," and it's a sort of a '90s feel, but I brought it up as far as the beat and the rhythm and stuff like that. I brought it up to date a little bit, but it's just basically talking about. A man lost his girl, and he's like, okay, I want to love you back. I'm tripping over you. I'm by myself. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get you back. So this is my way of telling you, because they don't have songs like that no more. They have songs like, come on, give me brain and all that type of stuff. But right now, my project is called, the single's called Love You Back. My new project that's coming out is called Love Factor, a Song of Solomon, Modern Days. So it's just talking about love over lust. I can get you if I want to, reference to lust, but am I able to think about having you to stay mentally? So that's what the song project's about, love.
I would say the song "You Love You Back," you kind of sound like remind me of Bilal a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. Yeah.
So what kind of music you make? Cause you say you normally don't make R&B.
No. Well, usually, what do you mean? What kind of music I make?
I'm saying you said I normally don't do R&B. So what kind of music do you say you make?
Contemporary gospel.
Oh, okay.
That's what I used to do. I still do it if somebody asks me to come and, record something, but it's not that I'm not opposed to doing it. Yeah.
So is your album, is it going to be gospel? It's going to be R&B?
It's R&B, because I say I'm not used to doing R&B. So my Love You Back is R&B. It's an R&B song. My project is R&B.
Okay. Yeah, I was confused a little bit. Yeah. That's tight. I really like your stuff. I was trying to say, man, what happened to all the male R&B singers? I feel like they kind of going away. Where they at?
I don't know. I just know where I am. I just worry about me. That's it.
We was even talking about, like, we actually did a battle and we did like the best male R&B groups, but it was all like from the 90s and later. It was all older.
Yeah.
Then we was looking at the only young groups was like Pretty Ricky. I don't know too many more. Like I said, Pretty Ricky, E2K, and that's it. I didn't hear no R&B male groups like now. So you want to start a group?
Yeah. No. I'm good in my lane. I know how to stay in my lane. I'm 40. I'll be 42 in July. I know I stay in my lane. So.
And what are some of your interests outside of music?
Most of the times I'm either going bowling or as for what you mean? I don't understand. Like as far as hobbies, what do you ask?
Yeah.
So
this like behind the scenes, we get to know the person. We ask all kind of questions. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this. Most of the times, if I have a downtime, I am going bowling with my sons, or concerts, or certain things like amusement parks if they're when they open again. But that's usually me. I don't do a lot. I don't go to clubs. I don't do all that stuff. So because I have children. So yeah.
How you like being a dad?
It's excellent. So it's a great thing. God, that's the best thing God created human beings to make other human beings. That's a great thing.
And then what's next for you with your career? Where you want to see your career like 5 years from now?
5 years from now, well, I plan to. I know I'm gonna have a Grammy. I already know that. I know that also that I'm going to do a lot of writing for artists, which I have already done, but I want to do more writing for artists. That's what I plan to do. I do plan my money to work for me and not actually have to work for it. Yeah, that's
All right.
that simple.
Speaking of money, I've been asking the guests, and this is kind of to help the listeners out. What's a good way to flip a G right now?
To flip a G, invest. You plus you have to make sure what you invested in. You got to make sure it brings back revenue for you. So my best thing, especially for our culture in our community, is like okay. So for instance, they're talking about another stimulus package. My encouragement to a lot of us is to invest more so that way you don't run out, because time's gonna get worse. So the thing is, when it comes to certain things that money is concerned, keep that money. Don't be so quick to spend it, and you can flip it more so. You can more so invest. Yeah, I would say invest.
But what kind of investments you into?
Well, I'm into, McDonald's gonna be around forever. So, you kind of like put a stock in that.
But you saying talking about stocks?
Yeah. I mean, well, that's still investing.
Yeah.
You invest in certain things like that, because you invest in certain things that that's going to be long term. McDonald's going to be around forever. Burger King, certain franchises like that. You got Target. You have a whole lot of stuff that you can actually invest in, and you can flip it, and you can see revenue. You can see some profit come from that. I know a few people that are my age that are doing it now, and they're seeing a big difference in their money flow and their savings and different things like that. So yeah.
Yeah, because I'm on the stocks right now, but shit, I went to this other site and it's called like Trade Viewer. Shit, you can trade Forex, Bitcoins, oil, pigs. I'm like, shit. So I gotta open my mind up to it's just so many ways to get money besides the 9 to 5 nowadays.
Right.
Especially us, I feel like we just gotta especially, I mean, I had a good ass job, but it was like, man, I feel like it's better when you have your own, so and you can help other people than. So what advice
it is? I like. Go ahead, Sam.
What advice would you give to a new artist?
This is that you're not because most new artists today, they feel like they already made it, and in their minds, only because what they see, and by what they see, they try to reenact it, and that's dangerous. I also would tell a new artist to go to school, and most of the time they reply as well, that's going to take a long time. Then if you want to go to the microwave food sometimes is nasty. So psychologically, if you actually want to take your time, I would say go to school, because you need to know how to read contracts. You need to know the language. There's a language in music that people speak, and if you don't know the language, you're gonna be lost. You're just gonna be another singer that they're gonna look at and say, okay, let me just use them when I want to. Because I know a lot of artists who are just sitting because they didn't go to school, or they didn't have people around them that can tell them no. If you can tell a person no and they're not humble and they don't listen, that's an issue. So I would tell new artists, make sure you listen to the people that are around you, and not stop always trying to get a yes to everything. There's gonna be no's to some things, and you gotta be comfortable in the no's. So yeah.
What should they go to school for?
Whatever they want to. But I would, in reference to artists, I would say go to school for business. When it comes to, business management. That's a good thing, because business manager, they teach you how to do certain things in reference to business, as far as reading contracts, how to talk. There's a language more so, and that would be the best bet to do. Our best bet in reference to going to school to actually study something, it would be business management. That's the biggest thing that we're failing in reference to our community. We don't know how to manage certain things in reference to money or whatever. Yeah. So yeah.
And then I want you to share, it could be anything, just an interesting story that happened in your life.
Well, all right, I'll say this. So, okay, all right. So I'll say like this, because I think sometimes people, especially what's going on with the pandemic, they feel like there's no hope, or there's nothing going to actually break. So for people that's going through right now, I would say there is hope, and you have to keep trying. What I mean by that, so one day, it was a long time ago, there was a Unity Day going on in Philadelphia, and there was a few artists that was there, and Kelly Price was one of them. I really didn't know who she was, but I heard of her. I knew that her first single was "Friend of Mine." So there was a instrumental to "Friend of Mine," and I was playing around with it, and so I wrote to it. And the people that was with me, Andrea and a few other people that was with me, they was like, Kelly Price gonna be at the reading today. I was like, oh, cool. So we go, and they're like, oh my God, you. So she comes out, she gets out of the car, and she goes into a hotel room or whatever, and then a friend of mine named Andrea, she just, she's like really like straightforward. She just say what she needs to say. So she walked up to Jeffrey Rowe, which is Kelly Price's husband at that time, and then and was like, hey, listen, my friend wrote a song, and I was like, no, don't do that. And he was like, oh yeah, you did? Okay. How about you do this? Come to the hotel where she's staying. I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, I want to hear it. And we jumped in the limo. He heard it. He was like, when can you come, to, I think it was like, not LA, I think it was New York. When can you come to New York so, she can hear it? And, because she was busy around that time. And then she heard a little bit. And she's like, I like it. She's like, so give him a call. Let's see what's going on. So from there, some things kind of like actually connect or whatever. Did she use the song? No, but it was still a connection through her by me meeting other people. So I would say this. There's always a step to something to actually connect you to somebody. And you don't want to give up. You always got that friend that's going to speak for you. And I'm glad I had Drea there. So yeah, that's what happened with that. That was my story.
What would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
Thank you. Thank you, because really that's who makes us. That's who makes us who we are in reference to music is concerned, or not makes us, but it's who allows us to have a platform. I'm going to say allows us to have a platform, because they can make you and break you very well. They can say, no, we don't want them. And it's, so I want to say thank you to them. They're very, very good people. So yeah, they've been doing really well, especially with the new single. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for coming through Politicking with me.
Not a problem. Thank you for having me.
No doubt. You want to tell me your social media and everything?
All right. So my social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of it. Even with the new single "Love You Back," that's on all musical streaming platforms. So, and it's BaShir Hogue, BaShir. Last name is Hogue, Hogue. And it's no, W's or no underscore. It's just BaShir Hogue. That's it. Yep.
When's the album dropping again?
The album is dropping September the 8th, and the single's out as we speak. So.
All right.